Hello everyone, I'm Frank, and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's challenging level puzzle, and it's called the Fireflies Pairing Dance by Patrick Junkie. And here are the rules. We have normal Sudoku rules where each row, column, and 3x3 box must contain the digits 1 through 9 exactly once each. A golden dot between two cells indicates that their sum is divisible by 4. And all possible golden dots are given. So this is the negative constraint, and they take precedence over the black dots. Obviously, you can't have two consecutive dots ever add up to 4 because they always add up to an odd number, right? Because they're consecutive. So there's one difference from each other, so therefore they must always add up to an odd number, which is not divisible by 4. A black dot between two digits indicates that one is double the other. Not all possible black dots are given. So as an example of two cells whose sum is divisible by 4, you could have something like, say, 5 and 7 here. And this would be possible because, again, these two digits must add up to a sum that is divisible by 4. 5 and 7 add up to 12, which is divisible by 4. It's 3 times 4. So that's an example of how the golden dots work, which are the fireflies. And we have an example for the black Kropke dots. For example, say this was a 2 here. Then this would have to be 1 or 4 to maintain the 1 to 2 ratio between them. And that's an example of how black Kropke dots work. We have a white dot between two digits indicates they are consecutive, and not all possible white dots are given. Okay, so for example, if this were, say, 6, this would have to be 5 or 7, because those are the only digits consecutive with 6. And we have the sum of two adjacent cells separated by a thick line is even. The sum of two adjacent cells not separated by a thick line may still be even, but basically between every... So basically, any cell that's separate, any two cells that are separated by a box border that share an edge must add up to an even sum. So for example, you could have something like, say, 3 and 9 here, and this would be valid because these two add up to an even number. 3 and 9 add up to 12. What you could not have, though, is like something like 3 and 8, because that does not add up to an even number. Interesting. And those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay. So for the yellows, the fireflies, they must be exactly the same parity. If they're not, they're never going to add up to an even number, which is what 4 is. Okay, so these all must be the same parity. Let's mark it yellow. And across from them must also be the same parity. So these also must be yellow, right? Because these two digits must add up to an even sum. So they're the same parity. As must these two, right? That is interesting. The sum is divisible by 4. So 3 digits, one digit is in that relationship with 2 other digits. The sum is divisible by 4. Isn't that only odd digits? Isn't that 1 with 3 and... Oh, wait. So 1 with 3 and 7. That might not be. 1 with... Yeah, 1 with 3 and 7. Even digits don't work. 2 can only be with 6. 4 can only be with 8. So anytime you have 3 digits, which are in that, one digit is summing to a sum divisible by 4, it has to be with odd digits, right? If we try 2, it can only sum up to a sum divisible by 4 with 6. 4 can only be a sum divisible by 4 with 8. And that's only once. So therefore, anytime you have 3 that are in the same row, one that's sums with 2 other unique digits to add up to be a divisible by 4, it has to be odd, right? 1 can be with 3 or 7. 3 can be with 1 or 5. 5 can be with 3 or 7. 7 can be with... Actually, hold up. 3 can be with 1, 5, or 9. 7 can be with then 1, 5, or 9 also. Okay. So then these are all odds. So these are all odds. This is odd. This must be odd. Because, again, 2 and 6 can only add up to a sum divisible by 4. And 4 and 8 can only add up to a sum divisible by 4. 1 can be with 3 or 7. 1, 5, and 9 can be with 3 or 7. And 3 and 7 can be with 1, 5, or 9, right? So this must be an odd digit, so it's 1 or 3 here. That means it's in a 1-to-2 ratio with 2 and 6 respectively, so this has to be even. We have 3 odds here, 3 odds here, 3 odds here. Odd and odd must be the same. These must be even and even, because they add up to even digits across box borders. These must be odd and odd. This is even then. This must be odd across here. Interesting. Let us see. This is odd, which makes this odd. These cannot both be odd. We have 4 odds in row 5, so these must both be even. If all 3 of these were even... So if these are both even, this also has to be even to add up to an even number. That doesn't work because we would have 5 evens in box 6. So these must both be odd, which makes this even. So this is 1 or 3, and it's with 2 or 6. We have 5 odds in row 5, which eliminates odds in the rest of the row. So this is even, this is even. Even goes with even here, odd goes with odd here. This is consecutive, so odd must be with even there. Even must be with even here. We have 4 evens in box 6, so the rest are odd. By the even borders, these must be odd and these must be odd. We have... Okay. If this were odd, this would also have to be odd, so these cannot be odd. These must be even, which forces both of these to be even. One of these is odd, one of these is even. We don't know which is which. Oh, if these were both odd, we'd have 6 odds in column 5, which is not allowed. So these must both be even, these must both be odd. Same with column 2. If both of these were odd, you would have 6 odds in column 2, which is not allowed. So these must both be even, and these must both be odd. We have 5 odds in box 7. So that means the rest are even. These cannot both be even because we'd have 5... this must be odd and odd. These cannot both be even because we'd have 5 evens in column 8 then, so these are both odd. These have to all be odd because we have even here. We have 4 evens in column 3 and column 4. And these match. Okay. One of these is odd, one of these is even, which means the remaining digits in this box we have 5 odds. So therefore, these are both even. This is even, so therefore this is even to add up to an even sum. One of these is odd, one of these is even. We don't know which is which. This has to be 4 or 8 here. 4 or 8 here. Because of a 2, 6 pair in the row. Remaining digits are 5, 7, and 9 in row 5 for the odd digits. 5, 7, and 9 can only be with 1 and 3 to have that set. So 5, 7, 9, 5, 7, 9 for the remaining digits in box 4. These are 2 digits that are in a 1 to 2 ratio with both of them being even. So it's either 2, 4 or it's 4, 8. So either way, this is 4. If one of these is odd, the other one's odd. So they cannot both be odd. They're both even, therefore. We have 4 evens in row 8, which eliminates evens in the rest of the row. This is odd then. We have 5 odds in box 9, so the rest are even. So this is even, this is even. Since these must add to an even sum, this must be even. We have 4 evens in column 6 and column 7, so this must both be odd. We have 4 evens in box 8, so this must be odd. This is odd, so this must be even to be consecutive. We have 5 odds in column 8, so this must be even. We don't know about these. We don't know about these. Okay. One of these are even digits. So it's either both 2, 6 or it's both 4, 8. It cannot both be 2, 6 because of the 2, 6 in the box to be in a 1 to 2 ratio. So this has to be a 4, 8 pair, which eliminates 4 and 8 in the rest of the row. So this is 2, 6, 2, 6. There's a 2, 6, 2, 6 pair in box 4, which eliminates 2 and 6 in the rest of the box. So this is 4, 8. And same with box 6. We have a 4, 8 pair, so this must be 2, 6. One of these digits how does that work? I don't think that does work. Yeah, this is not correct. It's not with 1 or 3. Apologies for that. So this is incorrect. 1 can be with... 1 would have to be with 7. And 3 could be with 5 or 9. This is all the same because we have a 1-3 pair here. But 1 and 3 is not the set. So 3 and 7 can be with 1, 5, or 9 as a set. So we know these are 5, 7, 9 sets. That means this digit, so these two form sets sums that add up to a sum that's divisible by 4. So again, it's either 3 and 7 is one part with 1, 5, and 9 as the other set. So we have both 3 and 7 taken care of in this box. So this is 1, 5, 9. Um, hmm. We have both sets here in column 8, so therefore this must be 1, 5, or 9. um, these are both sets also. So 3 and 7 cannot appear in column 3, in the rest of column 3, so this can't be 3, 7. It's 1, which must be with 7 here. So 1 and 2 are here. This is then 6 and 3. That means neither of these can be 7. This is 5 or 9. 5 or 9 must add up to add up to a sum divisible by 7, or divisible by 4. It has to be 3 or 7 here. And then this must be 1, 5, or 9. It cannot be 5 or 9 because of 5 and 9 pair in the box. So this is 1. That eliminates 1 from being here. So we have a 7 must be with 5 or 9. And this has to be a 3, 5, 9 triplet here, or pair here. With 3 being one of those two digits. Okay. This is 6, so this cannot be 6 here. It's 2. This 2 eliminates 2 here, so that's 6. Which makes that not 6, so that's 2. Um, 3 has to be with 1, 5, or 9 to add up to a sum divisible by 4. Remaining digits, odd digits, right? 3, 5, 7, 9. 3, 5, 7, 9. If this is 5, 9 here, it has to be with 3 here. If this is 3, 7, it could be with 1, 5, or 9. That's fine. 5, 9 here, 3, 7, 3, 7. That's fine. This is 3 or 7 here. One has to be one of these two, but that doesn't help us much. 7 has to be one of these two, but that doesn't really help us much either. Oh, all golden dots are given. All possible ones are given. So since this is 5, 9, this cannot be a 3 here. It has to be a 1, 5, 9 to add up to. And same with this. If this were 3, and this is 5 or 9, this would inevitably add up to a sum divisible by 4, right? 3 plus 5 is 8. 3 plus 9 is 12. So this cannot be 3. This must be a 5, 9 pair, which eliminates 5 and 9 in the rest of the row. This can't be 5 or 9, so this must be 1. This must be a 3, 7 pair, and this can't be 3, so this is 7, which makes this 3, which means this can't be 3, that's 7. This has to be a 5, 9 pair. This must be 3. Only 3 and 7 do not add up to 4, or a sum divisible by 4, I should say. So this is 7, which means 7 cannot be here. This is 3 guaranteed here, so this can't be 3 here. This is 7 guaranteed here. This must be 1, 5, or 9 to be divisible by to be not divisible by 4 because all possible golden dots are given. Therefore, this has to be a 3. Since this is 3, it has to be with 5 or 9 to add up to a sum divisible by 4, 8 or 12, which forces this to be 7. So this is 7. This must be 3 to be not divisible by 4 because there's no gold dot between them. This is 159, 159, 159. This has to be 7 here. 7 and 3. This must be 5 or 9 then. These remaining digits here, we have a 159 triplet. Therefore, this must be 7 here. This is 7, this is 5 or 9, 1 5 or 9, and this is 5 or 9 because of the 5 9 in the column. Sorry, the 1 in the column. This 5 9 pair eliminates 5 and 9 in the rest of the box. So this can't be 5 or 9. This is 1. This has to be 3 with 5 or 9. And this can't be 3 because then this would have to have a golden dot between them. So this is 3. We have 5 9 here, 1 5 9 here. Again, this must be 5 9. This has to be 3 because these two can't add up to a sum divisible by 4. 3 eliminates 3 here. So this is 5 9 with 1 5 9 here. That's opposite 7 here. 5 9 and 3 add up to a sum divisible by 4. So we should have all the 3s. We know where the 7 is then. We have 8 7s. We know where the last 7 has to be. It has to be here. Therefore, this is odd, and the last odd in column 9, this must be even. This cannot be odd, because then it would guarantee a 159 there, which would mean there would have to be a gold dot between them, which is impossible. So this is even. This is odd. We have 4 evens in row 2, so this can't be even. This must be odd, which forces this to be even. This cannot be 6, because if it were 6, there would have to be a golden dot between them. So this is 4 8. That leaves this as 6 here. This digit cannot be a 4 8 4 8 pair. If that were 2, that would definitely force that because there's no golden dot between them. So this has to be 2 here, and this must be with 4, and this must be 8. This 4 eliminates 4 in the rest of the column, so this is 8, that's 4. 8 eliminates 8 here, so it's 4 and 8. 4 cannot be with 8 here, because that would add up to 12, so this must be 6 and 8. 6 cannot be with 2, because that would add up to 8, which is divisible by 4, and there would be a gold dot between them, so this is 8, and this is 2. 8 and 4 can't be here, this must be 6. This is 2, 6, and 8 remaining, so that leaves this as 4, this is 2. 2, and this can't be 2, so this must be 4. That makes this 2 here. This is 6 and 8. 4 eliminates 4 here, so it's 8 and 4. This is a 4 6 pair in box 8, so this can't be 4 in the row. So this makes that 6. This is 4. This can't be 1. That leaves this as 8. This can't be 4 or 8, so this is 2 or 6 here. And 6 cannot be here, so this must be 6 here, which makes this 2. That leaves in column 7 a 2 remaining, in column 6 an 8 remaining. You have 4 and 6 here, but these cannot add up to its sum. Well, we have 2, 4, and 8 here, so this must be 6. This is 4. 4 is only consecutive with 5 out of 159. So 5 eliminates 5 here, which is 9, which means this can't be 5 or 9. It's 1. This 9 eliminates 9 here, so it's 5 and 9. 9 eliminates 9 here, so it's 5. This can't be 5 or 9. It's 1. That leaves this as 4. This as 8, and this as 6. Which leaves this digit as a 9. Remaining digit here is a 1. Which means this can't be 1 here. This has to be 1 here. These are 5 9 pairs. Okay. 4 is only consecutive with 5. So this is 5, this is 9, and that should disambiguate everything else. Let's just check, I guess. 5 eliminates 5 here, so this is 9, which makes this 5, and 9, which makes this 5, and 9, which makes this 5. 1 can't be here, so this must be 1. This can't be 9, so this is 5 and 9, which makes this 5 and 9. So, 3, okay. 1 even digit, even digit, even digit, even digit, even digit, even sum. Even sum, even sum, even sum, even sum, even sum, even sum. Yeah, that's just by the way that they would color it. It has to be that these are all evens. So then none of the other ones can be add up to sums that add up that can be divisible by 4, unless they have a golden digit. 1 to 2 ratio, 3 to 6, 2 to 4, 4, 5, 4, 5, that works there. So anytime two evens are together, they cannot add up to something divisible by 4. 14 is not. 10 is not. 14, no. 10, 6, 10, 14, 10, 14, 10, 6, 10, 6, 10, 10, 14, 14, 14, 10, 10, 10, 10, 14, 10. And what about, the only even one is 4 and 8. And 2 and 4 does not either, right? That's 6. So 12 here, which is divisible. What about reds? 10, 14, 14, 10. This is 12 with a gold dot, 8 with a gold dot, 10, 8 with a gold dot, 6, 14, 6, 10, 12 with a gold dot, 10, 10, 10, 10, where I did that, 8 with a gold dot, 16 with a gold dot, 6, 14, 4, 10, 10, 10, 10, 14, 6, 8 with a gold dot, 16 with a gold dot, 14, 14, 10, 10, we already had 10, 10, 10, 10, 6, 14, 10, 8 with a gold dot, 8 with a gold dot, 12 with a gold dot, 6 and 10, 10, 14, 12 with a gold dot, 8 with the gold dot. So everything's kosher. This should be 9. Congratulations, you've guided every glowing pair through their dance. This was actually really straightforward. I don't know, it didn't seem challenging at all, really. Yeah, because I mean, you had certain things that you had that were very restrictive, right? So anytime you had a set of so you had matching parodies across box borders, which was really restrictive. You have 1 digit in that golden or that firefly ratio with 2 other ones, which meant they had to be odd, and that limited things a lot. Yeah. It just seemed pretty straightforward, and then you just remember the negative constraint of the golden dots, and that essentially solves it. I don't know. I don't think I would consider this challenging. I think I would consider this easy. I don't know. What do you guys think? Either way, I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.